Leaders don't see failure, they see unfinished success. This is a very powerful statement when you think about it, especially if you think about it from the context of sobriety, right, and recovery. One thing that I write about in my book, Sobriety in Black, is about 12 superpowers that you gain once you start taking that road towards sobriety. And one of those superpowers is the superpower of renewal, right? If you think about that word, you think about the concepts, the context of renewal when you think about, when you purchase a subscription or a domain name or, a lot of things online, right? And say you buy a subscription for an app for a year. At the end of that year, you get an opportunity to renew that subscription, right? So sobriety works the same way, right? Every day, every second, you have a chance to renew that. If you relapse, you have the superpower of renewal that you can tap into to start over, to start anew. It's the one superpower out of the 12 that I mentioned in my book that once you decide to live a life of sobriety and you stop drinking, no matter what happens, if you relapse, if you stop drinking on Monday and on Tuesday you relapse and swim in a pool of alcohol and drink a whole ocean of alcohol, you always retain the power of renewal. It's always offered to you. It never goes away. And that's why it is the greatest of all 12 of the superpowers. You have the power to come back, start over, get back on that horse, as they say, right? If you fail and don't succeed, try again. So there are no failures. When you relapse, it's not that you failed, it's just you have unfinished success. And the great thing about it is you have the opportunity to immediately put yourself back on that road towards success again. Once if you relapse, it is the superpower that is afforded to you. It never leaves you. It's always loyal to you. The only thing it takes is for you to begin taking the road to sobriety. That's it. And that's the beauty of it. And so as this meme says, leaders don't see failure. They see unfinished business. As somebody who is looking and attaining a life of sobriety, which basically means you are leading your life, your mind, body, and soul and spirit. You are taking it back from alcohol. Because when you were drinking, it was alcohol itself that was leading your mind, body, and spirit for the most part. It was that drug, it was that food, whatever your addiction is, that was really the head of your life. And what you're saying when you decide to live a clean and sober life is that, no, I'm going to lead me. I'm going to run me. So I'm going to get you out of the way. I'm going to remove this addiction from the driver's seat. I myself am going to get into the driver's seat, renew my position in the driver's seat of my life, and I'm going to push forward onto a better life, right? Now that takes some work. It takes renewing your sobriety. It takes, keeping that subscription, just like, something that you get online or renew, right? You can have the automatic renewal. So that's, it never, you never fall out, right? That's where you maintain your sobriety. But if you don't renew and you miss a payment or something, with sobriety, you can always come back. You don't lose it, right? You don't lose it. It's not like a domain name where if you don't pay after a while, it can be offered to somebody else. This is something that sits there and it waits on you, right? And all you have to do is get back in the cockpit of your soul and drive on towards that clean and sober life. So I want you to think about that. Remember, if you relapse, right? If you relapse, do not look at it as a failure. You look at it as unfinished success. It's just unfinished. And you can at any time take the opportunity to renew your position and get back on the road towards success. So I wanted to leave that with you. I thought this was a fantastic quote. I actually got it off a friend of mine's page, and I wanted to share that perspective with you with regards to your sobriety, overcoming addiction. And that's addiction to anything, whether it's food, sex, wasting time, sleeping, whatever. We've got a whole lot of addictions out there. But especially for those that are dealing with drugs and alcohol, two of the hard hardest ones, that's something I want to make sure you keep in mind if you relapse. So feel free to share this with anybody that you think may have relapsed. Maybe they fell off the wagon with regards to something that they're trying to do, or, their sobriety, so that they can they can renew their mind, body, and spirit and understand that they can reclaim their sobriety, right? They have already done the first thing, which is exercising the power of initiative by attempting to live sober. If they fall off, they can always come back and renew their position. All right. Hope you guys have a great day. And until the next one, peace.